Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Yet again, we have another day where the Chicago Bears are kind of pushing their chips into the middle and saying, we want to win now. They have a really good team, a really good roster. They wanted to get better on that defensive line, and they have done that. Just yesterday, going out there trading for Seahawks edge rusher or defensive end, Darrell Taylor, but also today coming out here and getting another defensive lineman, this time on the interior of the defensive line. We all know how much they love a guy like Gervon Dexter, but maybe Zacch Pickens hasn't been what they thought he was going to be up to this point. Not saying he's going to be a bad player, but I think he still needs some time to grow. Now, this is the guy who is coming over from Cleveland, and actually, we're going to break down everything you need to know in the video. We're going to look at some film, and I'm going to show you exactly why this is a very good pickup. But for the Browns, they have a ton of defensive tackles. This was kind of a guy they didn't really need to keep, and I think the Bears actually get better. I think this is a win-win type of trade. The Browns didn't need him. The Bears needed him. Nice little swap here. The Bears get Chris Williams in a 7th, and the Browns get a 6th-round draft pick in return. We're going to break down Chris Williams and why I believe this is a solid addition for the Bears going forward. Before we jump to the video, comment down below a Bears record prediction, and who do you think will be the most improved player for the Bears this season? With that being said, let's dive into Chris Williams and what he adds to Chicago. Now, I can already start to sense what the Bears are really trying to do up front, right? Trying to get these guys who are, one, athletic, can play a couple of different positions. Chris Williams, usually known as an interior pass rusher, but honestly, during the preseason this year, has worked on the outside as well. On this play, gets a nice little strip sack in the end zone. This is beautiful, and the thing I love about Chris Williams the most is the versatility. To be able to line up interior, to be able to line up on the outside as a defensive end as well. He has speed off the edge if you need him to have it. This dude has a lot of good things to him. But again, right, we talked about it yesterday with Darrell Taylor. This is a guy that I think very similar of the work ethic, right? The want to be better, the want to be a very good NFL type of player, and you're going to see him. Again, we saw a very similar type of play from Darrell Taylor in yesterday's video. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. But a diving, right? He doesn't care what happens to his body. He is here to win football games, to improve himself each and every single day. Gets a beautiful strip sack there in the back of the end zone. I mean, those are the plays that really put you over the top. And this is why the Bears are watching his film and are like, okay, we see this guy is maybe 6th or 7th on their depth chart in terms of, where he's going to play during the regular season. And hell, maybe they cut him. But this is a guy that's going to be highly, teams are going to be interested in him. They're sought after, right? Chris Williams is a good player, and I think he is just starting to get better and better as time goes on. I actually like this pickup a lot. All right, here's another play I really liked in this game, another 3rd and 7. So you see him kind of coming in these situational downs where, he can get to the quarterback. Now, again, we're going to see him lined up over the center here, right outside of him. Now, he's going to attack inside. He's going to draw a double team. The quarterback's going to scramble out, and he's going to be able to block shed and get a big-time sack once again. Watch his play here, right? Draws that double team, block sheds off it, and ends up finishing a sack there. Again, really good job. And if you actually look at PFF, they have a really good grading system throughout the preseason and the regular season as well. But they actually graded him an 80 overall during the preseason, which, if you don't know, is really high. That's really high. But overall, an 81.6 pass rush grade. Guys, this is a dude who can get to the quarterback. He's relentless. He's got a high motor, a great work ethic, and knows how good he truly can be. Not a guy, again, who cares about the money, doesn't care about the fame. He wants to be a dog of a football player. And think about it. He has learned behind some really good players in Cleveland. I mean, Mo Hurst and, Myles Garrett, Zadarius Smith. He has learned from some really good talent. I think he's going to be able to allow that to translate to his game over here now in Chicago. Now, do not get me wrong, guys. I don't think he is a guy that's going to come in here and be a day one starter for you. But when you look at the interior of the defensive line, you love Gervon Dexter. All the eggs in the basket there. You like Andrew Billings. You have a little bit of a drop-off from there. Zacch Pickens, yeah, we thought he was going to be really good, and he still can be. But is he ready yet to compete at this level that we want to play at? I don't think so. You have Byron Cowart, who has shown some things during preseason, but now you add more depth, right? Now you can maybe put some of the guys at the end of the depth chart onto the practice squad and allow this guy to come in here and just be a rotational player. Again, not asking him to be a day one starter. High energy, high motor, relentlessness. This is a guy I would want on my football team. Now, before we jump any further into the video, guys, do me a big favor, hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And get this, we're going to be covering the Bears every single day throughout the regular season, throughout the rest of preseason. If they make any more trades, we got you with film breakdowns. We got you with in-season film breakdowns, whether it be individual player film, offense, defense, Caleb Williams, DJ Moore, Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson, right, Gervon Dexter, Montez, whoever it may be. I got you guys covered. Join the family, and if 3-4 weeks go by and you're like, don't really want the film no more, you can easily just unsubscribe. But I guarantee you, you guys are going to have a great time with this channel. And also, you guys can check out Underdog Fantasy. Link will be in the description. Check that out. But let's kind of jump right back into the video. Now, the last thing I really want to talk about is, he's still young, 26 years old, 6'3", over 300 pounds. I think the Bears' main need was more interior depth. Now, again, we don't have too many highlights, but during the preseason this year, really started to break out, coming to his own, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, great PFF grade in terms of getting to the quarterback, adding pressure. And once you can get that pressure, you can create one of 5 different scenarios, maybe a forced fumble, an interception, a bad throw, a bad decision, a sack, right? So Chris Williams is definitely going to be a nice little addition for the Bears. Again, not as a starter, but as someone who can come off the bench, rotate in, and still give you good pass rush grades, even on that second defensive line behind a guy like Montez Sweat, behind Andrew Billings, behind Gervon Dexter and DeMarcus Walker. You add Darrell Taylor, you have Austin Booker, Zach Pickens, and now Chris Williams, man. I think they're doing a really good job staying competitive, adding what they needed to add, and the Bears are definitely going all in. At least from what it seems right now, I think Ryan Poles is doing a really good job just making sure that his team is put in the best position to win football games this season, right? So, listen, this might not be a one that jumps off the page, but I think it's a good one. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications, because like I said, we're going to be covering the Bears all year. And comment down below. What are we thinking? What do we think? Who do we think? Which rookie is going to stand out the most? Do we think Chris Williams comes in and is a big-time contribution? Let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next Bears update. Peace. Actually, guys, really quickly, before we break down the last play, go check out Underdog Fantasy. If you guys like winning money, they have so many different props that you can do for every single game, whether it be preseason, regular season. They have MLB, they have WNBA, MMA, FIFA, soccer, tennis. They have so many different things you can bet on. And like Logan Woodside over yards, Caleb Williams over yards. Let's go. Khalil Herbert lower, Jermaine Burton higher, Chase Brown lower. You could put $5 to win 79. I know you guys can't see it. So guys, go sign up, use my promo code. You can do pretty much anything from fantasy drafts to higher, lower to anything else, right? So go check out Underdog Fantasy. Link will be in the description. If you sign up, not only will they match your first deposit up to a certain extent, but also they're going to give you a free square. What that means is basically for week 1, they'll give you Deshaun Watson over half a yard. The freest money you'll ever